And finally, new rule. Stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma. Sorry.
Bill Maher just did something Whoopi Goldberg never expected. Maher looked straight into the camera and dismantled her point by point in front of his entire audience. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why not only Whoopi but The View's entire camp is panicking right now. Before we continue, if you enjoy short commentary videos with full breakdowns like this, take just 2 seconds to subscribe to the channel. So buckle up, because this breakdown gets brutal very quickly.
Stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma. Sorry. Sorry, but life is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious.
Whoopi Goldberg criticized Bill Maher on The View. Days later, she was pulled from her own show. And Bill is laughing. He compared her to a big game hunter trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions. To Maher, this isn't karma. It's comedy. And what makes it hit even harder is that he says it without hesitation.
Now, I mentioned this karma stuff on the show last week because I was relating how many texts and emails I got from people congratulating me on receiving a karmagram from the universe in the form of Whoopi Goldberg's chastisement. So I thought this would be a good time for a little tutorial on karma, which, as Americans understand it, is nothing more than an extension of the common logical fallacy called post hoc ergo propter hoc, which means after that, because of that. It's the fallacy that happens when someone assumes that if one thing follows another, then the first thing must have caused the second thing. Like, I wore green socks every day last year and I never got into a car accident. Green socks must prevent car accidents.
Now let me tell you something about what Bill just did there. He took the entire idea of karma and tore it apart like a college professor giving a lecture. He called it a logical fallacy. After this, therefore because of this. In his view, Whoopi getting pulled has nothing to do with cosmic justice.
Literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie folks to the car.
Where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing compared to the United States.
Hanging people. So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. Whoopi Goldberg sat on national television and appeared to compare America to a regime that throws people off buildings. A regime that hangs people in public squares. A regime where women can't leave their homes without a male guardian. And she said, let's not compare. Because to her, America is just as bad. That is not simply a talking point. It is, according to critics, a moral collapse on live television. And it gets worse. But I think it's important to remember there are places far darker than this country, and people there still deserve basic rights.
I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country, and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, when you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
Okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe. They can't go out of their house. Women.
You know what? There's no way I can make you understand.
You know what? There's simply no way I can make you understand. Did you hear that? Women in Iran can't even go outside freely. Yet she says it's worse to be in America today. Critics argue this is exactly the kind of anti-American narrative that has been shaping daytime television for years.
What do you think of Whoopi Goldberg saying it's worse to be a black person in America today than a woman in Iran? I see we were talking about the trans issue before, and the New York Times really has come over on that to the sort of the sensible, liberal, not crazy woke position. I think this is a great first step toward getting the Democrats back to sanity. And a second good step would be, we got to do something about The View.
Today, compared with a woman in Iran? We were talking earlier about the trans issue, and the New York Times has really shifted toward what many call the sensible liberal, not overly woke, position. I think this is a great first step toward bringing Democrats back to what they see as sanity. And the second step, in my opinion, is that we've got to do something about The View. Bill Maher, a lifelong liberal, a Democrat, and someone who has voted blue throughout his adult life, is now telling his own party that something has to change about The View. Yes, The View. The ABC show. The very show many on his own side helped build.
Really believe that. I mean, could you just
it's huge in Iran, though.
When I mentioned The View in Iran, all with the same head cover, you can't even tell which one is which.
Tomorrow, this isn't about left versus right anymore. This is about sanity versus chaos. And in his opinion, Whoopi has crossed a line that even many Democrats can no longer defend. But Bill wasn't finished. He had one more line ready to deliver. I truly believe that. I mean, just think about it. She's huge in Iran now.
You had too many people going after him for stuff that wasn't going to stick. It wasn't going to influence his voters. So what I would say to you, Whoopi, and what I would say to anybody that doesn't want J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio or somebody like that to succeed him, focus on what's going to win.
Now look.
When he turns on his own side this strongly, it means something has changed. The credibility crisis surrounding The View is no longer just a rumor. It has become a real issue. And Stephen A. Smith saw it too. You had too many people attacking him over issues that were never going to stick. They were never going to influence his voters. So what I would say to you, Whoopi, and to anyone who doesn't want J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio or someone like that to succeed him, is focus on what actually wins elections. Now look at what Stephen A. Smith just did. He sat across from Whoopi Goldberg and told her directly that her entire anti-Trump strategy had failed. That her side focused on attacks that were never going to resonate. That the voters simply didn't care. But she had no answer, because there was no answer. The strategy failed. The election was lost. And the same voices who lost are still on television acting as though they won. Stephen A. Smith reinforced what Bill Maher has been saying for months. In his view, the Whoopi approach is a losing approach.